Hey y'all, it's Crystal with Triple C Creations coming to you from the beautiful North Georgia mountains, and I have a little Dollar General haul. So this is from, I believe it was actually from the end of February. No, I take that back. It was March 1st. But it took me a little bit of a while, and I'll explain that. So I did go and I got these beads on one trip, and that was in February. These are Valentine beads. It's a heart kit. It's got quite a bit in it, even for $3. That's probably a good price for that. But when I got it, it was 70% off, so it was 90 cents. And then that weekend they were having a clearance event, so it was an extra 50% off. So I got it for 45 cents. So I wish they'd had more. I would have bought every one of these and had them, just because that's the way I am. Okay, so then the March 1st, I believe this was actually like maybe a week or two before. And then on March 1st, they were having another 50% off clearance event. And I had looked and looked, and I came through the paper crafting aisle, and they actually had like a sign up that said 50% off their clearance stuff. And I noticed all these things had the orange clearance sticker. And I got them, and I was so excited, and I got up to the register. There's a point to my story. And I try to watch, because I want to make sure things really ring up, because nothing ever rings up wrong at the Dollar General. But I couldn't find like the place where I could see the prices it was ringing. So she rang up my first stuff, and I'd got some like body spray and body wash and stuff, and she was like checking it, and it was ringing up correctly. And these things were at the very end. Well, I got my total, and it was more than what I was expecting, but I didn't have a way of looking at the prices. So I guess, I got a little carried away with my craft stuff, and I spent more than what I thought. So I got home, and I looked at my receipt, and all of these things rang up full price. So it was very frustrating. So I went back, and I actually had to go back a couple of times, because I would go in and there would be like this whole line, and they only have one register, like legit. They have one register. They have two self-checkouts, and their self-checkouts are always closed. I don't know if you knew that, or maybe yours is different than mine, but the self-checkouts are always closed. So in one register. So I would go in, and if there was a whole line, I wasn't going to go in. Not because I didn't want to wait, but I knew then other people would get behind me, and it would make them wait longer. So I did finally get to go in and get my money back, and I actually ended up getting a better deal, because the poor girl couldn't do the math, and I tried to help her, and she made it the hardest way complicated. She actually refunded all my money, and then she tried to ring it up, and she couldn't calculate half the price on the items. It took a long time. Somebody did actually come up and open one of the self-checkouts and checked people out on the self-checkout if they were paying by card. But let me just show you what I got. And I bought every paper pad they had. And some of these are doubles. So these are two doubles. These were $1.50 each, finally. They've got cameras, cupcakes, smiley face, rainbows, hearts. It's really it's very girly. It's also, I think, very birthday-ish. And so I got two of those just alike. And I'm going to skip to this one, because this is a 12 by 12. So this is a 6 by 8. And it's actually like, it's not just designer paper, like it's not just copy paper. It's not heavy cardstock though. So these are 6 by 8. And then these are 12 by 12. And again, the same thing. They're not like super thick cardstock, but they're thicker than, I think, just regular paper. A little bit thicker anyways. These two are the same. They are the same theme though. So like you see these pinwheels, cameras, a little bit different colors. I want to think there was some more, these little half circles. We've got those. That's got red with red polka dots. This has got blue with blue polka dots. There's more red, there's green. So I felt like these went together. So I got two of each of those. These were $2.50 for a 50 sheet of 12 by 12 pad. And then this one is a little bit different, but it still really is, I mean, you've got the camera. These are more vintage cameras though. And this one has the suitcases. They're more vintage suitcase. Well, the other one has books, but this one has vintage suitcases. It has these little iguanas, I think. Some kind of little lizard. I think they're iguanas, but this is super cute. You've got a lot of circles. You've got hearts. Instead of having the pinwheels, I got beach balls. So I mean, I thought it was different than the others I had gotten. But for $2.50, I did snatch it up. I'm getting ready to do a card making party at church. I'm so excited. And at our last crafting party, we didn't do paper crafting. We actually made something to hang up. But I had 25 people there. So, like, to do a card party, I'm really heavy, and I'm providing all the things. So, like, nobody else there does cards, really. So, I'm making all the card kits for 25 people. So, anyways, and I may not have that many people, and that's okay. They had this mat, and this is a self-healing cutting mat. It is 11 by 11. I've actually had one of these before, and it's pretty thick. It's double-sided. But what I liked about it is this is what I used in my, this is the type I used in my cutting machine first. I have replaced it with another cutting mat because it did finally wear out. But I cut it down, and I cut it just wide enough, 6 inches, to go in my cutting machine. And this is what I cut on. And like I said, I believe the other one I had was from the Dollar General also. And it worked really well. So for $3, I can get at least, it's a little bit wider than 11 inches, plus when you add the border. So I can get 2 this way, and that's gonna be long. I think what I did before, I don't know, I'll have to see how much longer it's gonna be. So I don't know how let me see. I don't know how wide my plates are now. Here's one of mine now. So it's gonna be about 4 inches. I could just leave it too long, and then I can like shift it around and cut. I could also, you know, cut that off and then have some mini. I don't know. I think I'm just going to leave it probably whenever I get ready to do that. But I'll just leave it the full length. And then if it gets on my nerves, I'll cut it down. But that is what I got at the Dollar General. They had a bunch of stuff that weekend on clearance out of the paper crafting aisle, the stationery. That's what I was trying to think of, the stationery aisle. But it wasn't anything that I needed. It was things I already had. But if you were beginning crafting, then it would have definitely been a good deal. But if you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you later. Bye.